Good morning. Today we're going to talk about a police officer, a firearm, domestic violence, and corruption. Josue William Green, and this is the Free State. The City of Lawrence understands how serious domestic violence is. Over the last few years, we've had a number of murders, domestic related murders, involving firearms. The cover-up that we're talking about was covered up by Lieutenant James Razzo of the Lawrence Police Department. Lieutenant Razzo is a member of the Honor Guard, the SWAT team. He's a DRE. He is a shift commander. He's a platoon commander. And he's an attorney. But he is the one that is responsible, directly responsible for this failure. I mean, the incident, basically a cop tells his ex that he's going to go to her house, kill her and himself. This gets reported to the Lawrence Police Department and action is taken. It initiates a police emergency response. The police arrive at a location and take the officer effectively into custody. When police arrived, they had knowledge of a crime, that a crime had been committed. A threat was made, and the officer who'd made the threat was found either en route or coming from the location of the victim. When police officers arrived, the officer was taken by ambulance to the hospital, to a secure mental health treatment unit. This was involuntary. There was only one option: jail. According to state law, and Lieutenant Razzo, being an attorney, should have known this. According to Chapter 40, Section 122B of the General Laws of Massachusetts, when you are involuntarily hospitalized for any psychological reason, your license to carry firearms is revoked for a period of 5 years. There is no review on the revocation of your firearm for a period of 5 years. This never happened. That officer returned to work with his firearm, full duty, unrestricted, well short of that 5-year mark. And as I read the law, I could find no exception to that 5-year window. And the question that I have for Attorney Lieutenant Razzo is, was that a violation of federal firearms laws? I believe that it is the duty of an attorney and a lieutenant at the police department to know that. It's possible that Lieutenant Razzo will argue that this officer has been a model officer since this incident, that there have been no other incidents that would demonstrate that this officer has certain instabilities. Since the incident, what pattern of documented unstable behavior in terms of aggression, discourteousness, loss of bearing, and self-control is available on this officer? What complaints have been generated because of his conduct and his treatment? If there is, what explanation can Lieutenant Razzo offer as to why he took no action? Because prior to this incident involving this firearm, were there any signs that this officer needed help? And by helping this officer, it wasn't covering it up and protecting his badge, because in protecting this officer's badge, Lieutenant Razzo failed to protect the community. I bring this information to you publicly so that you're able to protect yourselves. Should any member of the community, should any member of Lawrence require assistance from the Lawrence Police Department, it happened to interact with Lieutenant Razzo, ask for another officer. I would not trust Lieutenant Razzo. He's compromised his integrity. I would not trust him, nor would I be confident in his ability to truthfully and transparently follow the law. I tried to warn Willie Lantigua. Here's a picture of Lieutenant Razzo hosting, sponsoring a fundraiser for Lantigua. I tried to warn him, but Lantigua needed the money and wanted the police department more than he cared about corruption. I'm not going to identify the officer that is in question unless challenged. But if I am challenged, then the question must be raised as to how much money the union has spent to defend this officer, cumulative over the life of his career. And for that, contact Alan Andrews or Marco Ayala, the president and vice president of the Lawrence Patrolmen's Association, respectively. Perhaps they can explain why it is that this officer, who clearly at the time was a threat, represented a threat to someone's life, why they fought so hard to defend this officer and sacrificed the security of an entire community. No, Green has no chill. Not when the consequences are life and death. This has been a Free State production where we bring you the truth.